And then hold on. No, don't really. Oh, we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We are today. I have a big wheel behind me. We will address the wheel soon, very, very soon. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and let my two fabulous coworkers introduce themselves, and then I'll introduce myself afterwards.
Hello, everybody. Today's the day. As you guys might know, we are going to be announcing the winners for our CLCI Live Challenge. And I know Brooke said that she was going to address the will, but I think you can maybe fill in the blanks there on as to exactly why we have that out. But before we get to the winners, we're going to have our regularly scheduled live. So you're going to have to wait to the end. We're going to try and build up some anticipation and excitement for that. So stick around so you can figure out and find out if you won or if someone you knew won. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and pass the baton over to Lisa so she can kind of say hi to you guys all.
Hi guys, Lisa, Certified Life Coach here. Thank you for being here. We are so excited like always. We've got some good content for you that we're going to be sharing about learning. We're going to have our famous wheel that you see behind Brooke. Woohoo! We had some great participation with that challenge that we asked you guys to step up to the plate to. Let's see what else. We're just excited. We're in the middle of our level 2 class this week. We have a midweek class. Wonderful, wonderful students. Dan's facilitating great interaction. We just love what we do. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's been a bit of a long day, but plenty of energy running through me right now for some reason.
It's an
I'm
exciting.
not going to question it. I think it's just honestly just.
It's level 2.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm feeding off the energy of the class, really.
Yeah, level 1, really cool, energetic, but level 2's just got that different flair and flavor to it. But today we're going to get into SWOT. We're going to get in.
Yes, we're going to talk about
Except
SWOT analysis.
I always call it Cartesian. I don't know why. I always say it wrong, but it's Cartesian logic. We're going to talk about that and trying to simplify it. We noticed that some students are checking back in with us, asking those kinds of questions. So we'll talk about those concepts. Go ahead.
Oh, well, and I'm back. Hi. I always like to disappear for the first, few minutes. So yes, like you said, we're talking about Cartesian logic. I am Brooke, and another face of CLCI, and so really, I think the point of what we're sharing, and yes, the wheel. This is for CLCI Live. We will be picking a winner. Did you mention that, Jerome?
Yes, I did.
Good, awesome.
You mentioned it. The winner is going to be chosen soon and at the end of this live.
So you got to stick it through. You got to stick it through with us to find out who's going to win.
And you handle the anticipation.
I also want to encourage anybody watching to comment, and we will try to answer your questions live, and we'll say hi to you. And we love people watching, so please join in. That's what half the fun of doing this live. And I really think the point when we go to Cartesian logic and
before you go there,
yeah,
I want to still encourage you guys, even though what we've done is our 21-day challenge to you, we want to encourage you to keep it going. It wasn't just to challenge you just because we like to laugh and have a good time and watch and forward. That it's because we want you to get used to putting yourself out there. So don't stop, keep going, keep this process of you putting yourself in front of your potential target audience, keep that going. Okay, thank you.
Agreed. And I think we are absolutely planning on keeping it going. So I think there's going to be other opportunities to actually be involved in another challenge where we will be more than likely probably raffling off some more great prizes. So stay tuned for that.
I know we've got some fun stuff planned, but this is a great way to reach people by doing this, by going live. And it's a great way to get comfortable just putting yourself out there. We were talking earlier today about how improv is something that is really, it's something I recommend people taking. Much like I would recommend people taking a sales class, I would recommend doing some improv or public speaking. But it sort of gets you just out there and get you past that point of feeling awkward or uncomfortable or like, nobody's going to listen. Because once you start doing it, you realize, okay, it's not that difficult, and it gets easier and easier, and you get more comfortable in your own skin. And then the rule of improv, you never say, you just go along with everything. You say yes, which is kind of how I live my life. So,
and even if you still are uncomfortable with it, it gets you in a place where it becomes more, you're training your neurons to get into that position and getting out there and doing it anyways, making that blind leap of faith.
So get out and do it. And I think, so we can take this into our SWOT and SWOT analysis and Cartesian logic talk as well. So Lisa, do you want to explain what Cartesian logic is for everybody?
I do not.
Okay, I will then.
So I always kind of get this a little confused. If I try to do it all at once, I don't have to do it all at once. You can take one of the questions of the Cartesian logic, which I saw Brooke do something.
So there's a way so basically Cartesian logic is, it's exploring all sides, right? If you just ask one question, you're only going to get one part of the picture. With Cartesian logic, you're getting basically 4 different sides of the picture, which hopefully creates a more whole picture of a question. I wanted to share my screen for this because the way it was introduced to me as a 4-column pros and cons list. So if we wanted to, as an example, if we wanted to do what do we want, going live, right? What are the pros and cons of going live? So I'm going to create 4 columns here.
Oh, look at you using the whiteboard.
Yeah, that's right. On my
it has all kinds of amazing features. That's also something we can be talking about. When you Zoom, you want to play around with it. Play around with it, even with your friends, so that you can start using and finding out all these new little cute, fun tools.
I like that the whiteboard is cute.
I think it is. I think it's fun to use when you're trying to present something. And look at you, very expertly using.
Yeah, those are very accurately sized, Brooke. That's
putting perfect sized rectangles.
I am a designer after all, except I can't get to draw square. Okay, I better be able to pull out a rectangle. If I can't do that, I'm lost. Okay, so we have our 4 rectangles here. So if you're doing just a pros and cons list, you're really all not getting the whole picture when you do just a pros and cons list. So actually, it would be good if we had a real life example. So is there any decision that either of you guys have been wanting to make and you're not sure about?
Gosh.
Nothing that's been weighing on me for an extended amount of time.
You're springing it on us. We needed a little prep for that. How about yourself? Are you weighing something out?
Well, I mean, not exactly. I mean,
okay.
You just moved. Is there anything that you want to buy? Is there anybody you want to talk to? Is there any nothing?
Well, I mean, I would love to move my family and friends out here, but that's not on my control. So,
yes.
Well,
Jerome, have you been thinking about buying anything? That's a really easy.
Tell you what my family wants. My family wants another dog. We already have 2 dogs.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
cats. Perfect.
Actually,
perfect.
3 cats, 2 snakes, gecko, and a guinea pig. I think we have a farm.
Yeah,
do we get another dog is our question.
Not only do they want another dog, they want a big dog.
So when you do a typical pros and cons list, you're just exploring the one side, which is really what are the pros of getting another dog and what are the cons of getting another dog. That's only doesn't give you the whole picture. Pros of new dog. I'm gonna write here, and then we'll do another one. Cons of new dog. Now, the difference when Cartesian logic comes into play, we're going to get the other side involved. And that's going to be what are the pros of not getting the new dog. And that's that double negative where people get tripped up. Having it explained to me this way made it a little more easy to grasp than the question way. So that's why I wanted to share this method. And then the cons of not getting the new dog. So this gives you a more complete picture, right?
Yep.
Okay. So now to see it happen, what are the pros of getting a new dog, Lisa?
They're, well, family's happy.
Family happy.
It can be a fun dog.
Fun. Extra cuteness.
So my son, one of my son-in-laws is a really big guy. Tall, he's like, I don't know, 6'3", something like that. Really kind of a tall guy. And we have these little bitty tiny dogs. And he made mention one time that he feels funny. Not exactly his words, but funny walking around with this little bitty tiny dog. So
added manliness.
Dog, it fits his size better.
Well, manliness.
Oh, there you go.
So what are the cons of getting the new dog?
Oh, big poop.
Takes up time, messy.
Yeah, look at Jerome's just like, I got this for days.
I love dogs, but there's a reason I don't have one right now.
Work.
They can be expensive.
Clean up.
My dad would say, the bigger the dog, the bigger the poop.
Medical needs. A lot of times bigger dogs have more medical needs.
Okay. Now, what are the pros of not getting the new dog?
Life stays as it is.
Yeah. Like how it is.
Yeah.
Don't want change, right? It's nice how it is. We'll just say, nice how it is. What else are the pros of not getting the new dog?
Things don't get chewed up because usually when you get a new
No
dog.
chewing. Okay. Anything else? Jerome, have any pros of not getting the new dog? You can.
I don't want to go dark, but I mean, dogs, their time's limited. You don't have to worry about that time to pass.
Yeah.
You know?
Losing a pet.
Yeah, that's difficult. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So difficult.
Don't have to, and I think you don't have to worry about training that way, right? Yeah. Now, what are the cons of not getting the new dog?
Less love.
Less love.
Loss of manliness.
Loss of manliness. Maybe it's not, you won't have the protection a big dog provides.
There you go. I always forget about that piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting a dog really teaches responsibility. So you're losing out on an opportunity to grow, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, less growth. So looking there and actually going through this list, I got a feeling there were areas where it was a lot easier for you to start throwing out answers, right? What did you guys Which way were you leaning, do you think?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say so, but the idea is this gives you a much more broad picture of both sides of the story. I use these lists all the time. I use them for okay, for reasons I probably shouldn't share. Yeah.
But it also opens up possibilities.
It does as well.
There's possibilities that maybe we're not sharing here because we're in front of you all. But if we were in a private with our own coach, we might share more deeper.
Well, like the protection thing. You didn't think about the protection thing, and that came into play. And for me, I've used this tool many times when having relationship stuff. When thinking about exiting or entering into relationships, I actually use Cartesian logic many times. Because for me, when I've thought about breaking up with someone, it can be a very, clinical way to look at it or what have you, but it really gave me a broader picture of if I was making the right decision and knowing where my heart lay. Because in doing that list, it maybe all the answers, them already, but when you lay it out like that, you start to get a greater understanding of what you're feeling too.
Well, and that visual also, depending on what kind of learner you are, the visual, the speaking out loud, as many of the different modalities that you can encompass, that's going to help you make a better, more full decision. I mean, think about a job that you don't want to do or a job that you do want to do. What's going to get you in front of those people that you do want to do the job with, and what's going to help you separate and move away from the job you no longer are connected with. So you can use those in any kind of situation that you're trying to make a decision with. I think that's, yeah.
I completely agree with you. I mean, it's really good for decision making. I mean, that's really that's what you would use it. How would you use that in a coaching session with your client?
So I have a whiteboard, just like what we were using here. And as they're speaking, I will write things down. and when they find their pause in that, we might then go to the next column. And they find their pause, we might go to etc. But oftentimes we go back, I didn't think about this. I don't want to do that. So we will revisit and bounce around columns as well, and then find out what's important to them when they look at that picture, as I call it a picture because it's on the whiteboard. What stands out to them? What do they want to think about? What do they want to reconsider? How do they want to move through that process? And there's all kinds of different directions to go when you utilize that. Really, and one of those Cartesian questions or courtesan questions can last a whole session. I mean, the deeper you go with it, the more full they can feel in their decision-making process.
It is, and I think too, having it be this way, where you see it in that column form, it's a lot easier to grasp. In level one, we talk about it a bit and we give you the idea of it, but when you write it, I think the simplicity of calling it pros and cons makes it a little more tangible for people. At least it does for me. But so I wanted to share that tool, and then in the same regard, similar, another 4-columner. We have SWOT. We're going to talk about SWOT. Jerome, do you want to introduce SWOT?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
SWOT is, so this would be kind of similar to Cartesian.
I'm going to go to my whiteboard again and I'll draw it out while you talk.
Okay. So it'd be similar to, again, what we were talking about with Cartesian or Cartesian. SWOT is an acronym for strengths, which is, SWOT's actually used a lot in marketing, where again, you are essentially assessing all possible routes and directions that you can actually lay out in front of you. And you have, there you go, Brooke is ahead of me. You got strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and then, what is the T? Threats, there you go. So really similar to Cartesian logic, as we just kind of.
So this is actually, it's like he said, it's used a lot in marketing, and it's used as a way to, when you're starting like a new marketing campaign, or you're thinking about, let's say you wanted to create a new revenue stream. So you wanted to start doing group coaching, or something like that. Or if you wanted to start, just a lot of times it's used in this way in when you want to go into a new facet of business. Say you wanted to write a book, you might want to use a SWOT analysis, and that will give you, so what are the strengths of doing that? How is that going to make my business stronger? What are the weaknesses of it? So what weaknesses do we foresee in our whatever we're making? So this is the strengths of what you're making comes into play a lot with this. So what are the strengths of what we're doing? What are the weaknesses of what we're doing? What opportunities will come as a result of doing it? And what threats should we be aware of as we proceed? And again, it's about painting a bigger picture. And this is great for when you're doing business coaching or things like that. Again, if anybody's thinking of starting a new endeavor of some kind, this is fantastic for a fantastic tool. So can we come up with an example? Any business venture you want to do, Jerome?
I want to open up my own shop.
What kind of shop?
We'll make it an art shop.
Jerome wants to open an art shop. Okay. Yeah. I think we can bring this to real life, though. I really do.
Okay.
Let's talk about you and your life coaching. Doing your own life coaching practice.
That's really similar. So opening up my own brand business.
So we want to change the title then too.
Yeah, not from "Do We Get Another Dog" to Jerome's life coaching business, which we always, poor Jerome gets picked on all the time.
No, not at all.
Opening post-grad coach. So, Jerome, what are the strengths of opening it? What will it do to make you stronger, your business stronger? What do you see?
Strengths of opening a post-grad coach. For me, I think a big one is I'm in a space to help more people. I'm also in a space to really, I would say, empower myself as well.
Okay. Empower yourself.
And then as far as more tangible results, that's a space where an income increase, obviously.
Income, yeah.
Those are good. Those are three good strengths right there.
Okay. So what are the weaknesses you foresee in opening that? What gives you trepidation?
So time would be one.
Time. Okay.
Loss of time. It can be, I think, energy. I don't want to say draining. What is the word?
Work. It's work. At the end of the day, it's work. Yeah. What else?
I think that's it, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then now, what opportunities will come that you foresee? Like, what opportunities would you not otherwise have without having opened it? What doors will it open for you?
Opportunity to, I think, develop relationships.
Okay. So. Networking,
yes.
What other opportunities do you think might come as a result?
Opportunity to grow.
Growth. Okay.
Yeah. Also, you've got the opportunity to, well, I guess this would kind of fall in line with growth. Growth could be, I guess, broken down into so many different ways, because you've got the income growth, then you've also got personal growth, then you've got, yes, there you go, personal growth, yes.
Income.
So the other thing you want to notice, as Jerome is getting involved with this process, he is slowing down. He's really thinking it through to see what his truth and reality is. He's coming up with more details, and that's what happens in coaching as well. I mean, with our clients. Obviously, this is coaching.
Mm-hmm. So are there more opportunities that you can think of?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So moving into this, can you think of any threats, anything that would possibly threaten the success of your opening post-grad coach?
That I think kind of falls in line with weaknesses. Uh, just not having enough time. Yeah, the timing of it, not having the available resources as far as time, and
Timing and
also
resources.
maybe yeah, money would be also, I guess, a resource that's important in this too.
So we could just call this resources.
Mm-hmm.
So what's and then now, so as a coach, what you can do is now we have a place to explore from, because now we know what his concerns are, right? And it's time and it's money. So we can start to ask questions around, well, if you were concerned about lack of resources, what can you do to
Yes.
to alleviate those threats? How can you create a plan to maneuver around those threats and do it now and get him more comfortable with moving forward in achieving his goals, right?
But even pulling it back further, as we have created this list, we can ask him, take a look at this list and what's standing out to you right now.
Yeah. Jerome.
Which is really the whole point of a SWOT analysis, right? So for me, I mean, I'm always looking to dispel the negatives. So the weaknesses and threats always going to be something that I look towards. I'm already comfortable with the opportunities and strengths. Threats and weaknesses are something that I kind of want to get rid of type deal. So those would be the things that stick out to me, and figuring out ways to get around those.
Okay. So when you look at those weaknesses and threats, which direction do you feel that pull? What's standing out for you?
Probably the threats. Those are,
okay.
Yeah. If I want to get off the ground and going, those would be something that I'd probably have to knock out first, because weaknesses are in a sense somewhat hypothetical, right? They could happen, maybe. These threats, I think, they're a little bit more tangible. They're a little more relevant to the actual process of beginning.
So share more about what these tangible processes are for you.
So with timing, that would probably be a space where to get around that as a threat, just to allot some time to actually sit down and not only spend time developing my brand, but also spending time allotting time after it actually has been developed, so that there's opportunities for me to actually take on clients and things like that.
So as you've chosen time at the moment and developing that time, define developing your time. What is that going to entail?
That would entail pretty much scheduling, and I would say that is essentially what really comes to mind, is setting boundaries for scheduling that time. So making that time a priority, not just putting it down on a calendar of some sort. Letting it be known that it is a priority of yours, not only to yourself, but people and the things around you.
So you came up with 3 amazing words about scheduling, creating boundaries, creating that priority. Get that into a focus for me, if you will, on what you would like to design here around that.
So yeah, it would have to be, I think, to focus it down would be probably some sort of calendar. Yes, with, I think, also important is a calendar that I guess could somewhat be publicized, so other people can see that calendar to see, hey, oh, they're busy. So something that can be shared.
And what's the intent of it being shared?
So that, again, your time is it's being set down as a boundary, not just to yourself, but for others as well.
Okay. What else do I need to know about this?
In my head, that's a really good way to get around that threat.
Okay. So creating that scheduled, the shared schedule is going to help create the boundary. Anything else about boundaries in your calendar that you want to share about that? Making others aware of it.
I think that takes care of it. If that, if I go through with that, that would take care of as a threat.
And then, is there anything else under threats that you want to discuss here?
Sure thing. Let's hop into the money.
Show me the money.
Yeah.
What
really,
about
this is more so. I don't know. I wouldn't even say this is. I feel like this is a hypothetical. This is something. I think money isn't an extreme issue. It's just deciding on where to allocate money to, and that means allocating money towards the business, to my business.
So I want to make sure I'm understanding when you're talking about money and allocating. Are you talking about creating a budget?
Correct. Exactly. So defining a budget for my business. Again, allocating what I do have and putting that into my business.
And how will you do that?
Develop, I think you'd have to go ahead and develop this is more so, I think, less of a physical decision. This is more so of to get around this threat, it would have to be a cognitive decision, really, to just, instead of, I'm pretty frugal, so I don't spend a whole lot of money in a whole lot of places that I think are out of the norm. But savings, maybe dip into the savings. That's an option, I believe. So allocate some money from, if I do believe this to be something that I find important to me, allocating that from my savings into.
So I have
reality.
a question.
Yep.
I just heard you say, if I do feel that this is something that is important to me, so I want to ask you, is this something that is important to you?
At the moment, not as important as I can see it being down the road, for sure.
So right now, 1 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
10 is important. What's your number?
About a 6 right now. This is definitely something I can see moving towards, but at the moment, really just somewhat content with where I'm at right now.
So I think we're going to start to wrap it up there because we got to give stuff away. But this gives you a really good example of how you can use SWOT analysis in your coaching practice. And while it appears to be negative, right, at first, when you see weaknesses and threats, the reality is what it does is it can prepare your client and really make them go, okay, get past those blocks, get past those things that they think are threats that may in fact not be a threat, and develop that plan to work around it. And it can be a really cool tool for revealing ways to get around what they think is standing in their way. So
again, opens possibilities.
Yeah.
Everything that we coaches are working towards is helping the client open to their own possibilities on where they want to go. They have, sometimes it's got to be out loud or in a visual, in a sense of them finding out who and where and what they want to be in this process, taking ownership.
So what I'm going to do really quick is, Jerome, do you want to explain what we did with the live? I'm going to tag everybody that's on the circle behind me.
What's that? Did you say, do I want to explain what we did with the live?
Yeah, explain why this exists. Really go into it.
So before you go, I want to explain what happened to Jerome. He got lost into his business land. Did you see that? Did everybody see his expression on his face? His hearing kind of shut down because he really got into that. That's what you want to notice when your clients are really involved with what they're connecting with. Thank you, Jerome. Go ahead.
Thank you, guys. So what we did, if you are unfamiliar as to why we have the giant wheel behind Brooke and why we're here today, at least at the end of this live, is we went ahead and we challenged all of our alumni to go live. And reason behind it is to just get out there, and we kind of talked about it earlier, dispel just some of the disbeliefs that you maybe had and your ability to do so, and just to get comfortable in front of the screen and getting comfortable with maybe, just doing something that you necessarily hadn't done before. And we see a lot of benefits. And we did talk about, obviously, it can improve your reach. But I think personally, going live and doing it on a consistent basis is something that is, in a way, it's very empowering to you as a person. It really gets you comfortable in your own skin. It allows you to kind of disregard opinions because you are being who you are authentically to the public, and you're showing them and sharing who you are, and you're okay with it, which that is what we did. And that is, if I could sum it up in a ball, that's what we essentially were trying to get for our alumni to actually go out and perform and get aligned with. We, again, this isn't, I doubt that this will be the last of its kind. So we're going to be doing more of these, I'm thinking, in the future. We're getting ready to go ahead and announce the winner.
But hold on, but keep it going. You
Yes.
can still be doing these lives. You can still be tagging us, even though we don't have the wheel like Brooke is showing us behind you.
Well, I still have the wheel.
The idea is to keep those lives going. Keep tagging us. We'll get you on our page. Keep your
Also, alumni, anytime you have if you write a book, if you have some kind of success, something you want to share, please share it with us. If you've taken the master class, fill out that master's form, because when you fill out that master's form, we will do a feature on you. So we have a whole bunch of names behind us, and I'm going to spin the wheel. The amazing thing is everybody's a winner today. So everybody's a winner. My cat just, hold on.
Everybody's a winner. There's going to be one main winner today, but everybody going to get something.
Everybody is a winner. So everybody who is on this wheel will get a prize of some kind. We'll tell you what those are at another time. I'm fending off my cat while I try to spin this wheel at the same time. So I think he just wants to spin the wheel is all. He wants to do it himself. So I'm going to give it a big spin, and we're going to pick a first, second, and third. So we'll pick the third first, the second, and the first last, right?
If it's the same name more than once, we're going to go on to somebody else.
I'll erase it once it's there and change it to a spin again. Yeah. So here's for our third place winner. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ooh, I have a giant spinning wheel. Sue.
Yay.
Yeah. So we've got a winner. This will become a spin again. Sue. Spin again. Now this might be, well, we'll see. Okay, second place. Here we go. You ready?
We're noticing a lot of Sue's names on there. Do you know why? Because Sue really stepped up to the plate and really daily put on a message.
Daily, and sometimes 2 or 3 times a day.
I kind of want to hear that.
For second place. Oh, that is on the. I mean it's on. We have to spin again. That's a spin again. What?
Oh, it didn't. I couldn't see. Okay.
I mean, it was stuck right here. It was stuck on that.
Gotcha. Gotcha. No.
I mean, that was. Is that a spin again?
Yeah, the spin again.
Okay.
What do you say, Jerome?
I think that was Sue.
You think that was Sue?
Yeah.
I think it has to land in it because it should push it. We're spinning again. We're spinning again.
Spin again.
I think we have more fun at this.
And it's stuck again on it.
Yeah.
Same thing. So we'll spin again. I don't know why it's doing that. I have Sue. There we go. That time it was Sue for sure. And this will be another spin again.
Is this for first place?
That's for second. This will be for first right now. So this is our big winner. Now, if Sue gets our big winner, we'll go back and we'll spin again for second and third, right?
Yeah, that seems fair.
Dre. Look at that. That was Dre.
Congratulations, everyone. So
wow, that's awesome.
A third place also.
Yeah, so we've got to spin again for third?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're spinning for third. And I'm going to take this off to spin. Okay, here we go. Sue. Sue's going to get them all. I should have wiped that out. It's okay. And Dre again.
It's Dre.
Just Sue and Dre. Just Sue and Dre. We'll see. We'll see. I tried to spin it at a different speed that time. I'm going to change it to spin. I'm changing it to spin.
Maybe we should raise Sue's names.
No, don't worry.
We'll get there? Okay.
It'll get there. We're just going to One day, a never-ending wheel.
Anticipation.
Oh, wait. Oh, so close. So close. Third place. I'm just going to keep spinning it until it lands on, and then spin again that time. At least you know the wheel is not in any way
Rigged.
rigged. It is not rigged at all. You cannot say this wheel is rigged. Oh, Leslie, look at that. So our first place winner was Dre, our second place winner, Sue, and our third place winner, Leslie.
Congratulations.
And don't worry, Sam, Mike, who am I forgetting? Tawana,
Danny,
and Danny. You guys, don't worry. You get a consolation prize.
You guys are all winners. We literally mean that. We're not just saying it.
So what we'll do is we'll be in contact with you guys soon. We'll make sure we put this up here. And thank you guys so much for going live. Every one of you that did, I appreciate you so much for doing that. Jerome, do you want to say anything? Well, Lisa, do you want to? Ladies first.
Congratulations. Thank you so much for participating. Keep participating. We would love to see every one of our graduates being featured like this. Get that job going, get her done, get your business up and running, start sharing, getting it promoted. Thank you.
And Jerome.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you all. I want a world where all of our alumni are going live every day. Every time I click open my Facebook app, I just want to see everyone going live. So as we mentioned, hopefully we can keep getting these going. Again, thank you guys. We'll see you guys again here on next Tuesday.
I'm writing out the winners right now.
Oh, I have them.
Well, I was putting them in the comments really quick.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations again. Thank you for watching. Share, like, what do we say, Brooke? You always say this. Share.
Oh, I'll do it. Don't worry. I'm still gonna sign off. I'm not done yet. We're just making him wait a second. We've got 8 minutes.
Level 1, amazing class. Level 2 is amazing.
Where's Leslie?
Join us if you haven't already.
And I can't find Leslie Danielson. So Leslie, you are tagged. I will tag you. I will find you shortly. You are a third place winner. So really quick, thank you guys again for going live. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, and if you enjoyed learning about SWOT and Cartesian logic, the 4-column pros and cons list, make sure that you share this video. Make sure you comment. Make sure you check out Certified Life Coach Institute, where you can win things on a spinning wheel for being an alumni. But you can also get become a life coach in 3 days. And if you don't want to be a life coach, it's an education at a minimum that will help you immensely in life with communication, with just knowing how to get the best results out of people and make great decisions as well. Decisions you're confident in.
We're sharing that information because that's what students have told us. Because we're ultra proud of ourselves, which we are. It's definitely true. The students' feedback on how amazing they feel once they've attended, let alone privately, as well as the potential of conducting business.
Sam Gozo, hi there. Sam says congrats, everybody. Thank you for checking in, Sam, and happy birthday, by the way.
Yes, happy birthday, and congrats to you too, because again, everyone won. So.
Yeah, you win too, Sam. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. What Dre won is over $500 worth of marketing support, which is pretty amazing. And then I think our second and third place prizes will be pretty amazing as well. They're all going to be prizes that will hopefully benefit you guys within your coaching practices. So thank you so much for watching. Comment, share, like, all that good stuff. Check out CLCI, Certified Life Coach Institute, or CLCI Live, and keep hashtagging CLCI Live. And we're here every Tuesday at 4, and we other random times as well. You know, we can't get enough of you guys. So bye.
You guys.